The Pope's intentions for April 2022 for healthcare workers. We pray for healthcare workers who serve the sick and the elderly, especially in the poorest countries. May they be adequately supported by governments and local communities. Here we have excerpts from the message of His Holiness Pope Francis for the 28th World Day of the Sick 2020. Dear healthcare professionals, let us always remember that diagnostic, preventive and therapeutic treatments, research, care and rehabilitation are always in the service of the sick person. Indeed, the noun person takes priority over the adjective sick. In your work, may you always strive to promote the dignity and life of each person and reject any compromise in the direction of euthanasia, assisted suicide, or suppression of life, even in the case of terminal illness. When confronted with the limitations and even failures of medical science before increasingly problematic clinical cases and bleak diagnoses, you are called to be open to the transcendent dimension of your profession that reveals its ultimate meaning. Let us remember that life is sacred and belongs to God. Hence, it is inviolable and no one can claim the right to dispose of it freely. Life must be welcomed, protected, respected, and served from its beginnings to its end. Both human reason and faith in God, the author of life, requires this. In some cases, conscientious objections becomes a necessary decision if you are to be consistent with your yes to life and to the human person. Your professionalism sustained by Christian charity will be the best service you can offer for the safeguarding of the truest human right, the right to life. When you can no longer provide a cure, you will still be able to provide care and healing through gestures and procedures that give comfort and relief to the sick. Tragically, in some context of war and violent conflict, healthcare professionals and facilities that receive and assist the sick are attacked. In some areas too, political authorities attempt to manipulate medical care for their own advantage, thus restricting the medical profession's legitimate autonomy. I urge healthcare institutions and government leaders throughout the world not to neglect social justice out of a preoccupation for financial concerns. I offer heartfelt thanks to all those volunteers who serve the sick, often compensating for structural shortcomings while reflecting the image of Christ, the Good Samaritan, by their acts of tender love and closeness.